If you invest in the wounds of the past, you will also become wounded. When you're wounded, when you're in pain, when you're in anger, when you're resentment, you cannot think straight, you will get poisoned. And with this poison, nobody else dies but you.
When you look at things like Black Lives Matter, and in South Africa there's also campaigns like Farmers' Lives Matter, and other people say all lives matter. As a sportsman, you know, I get asked that question a lot of times. And it doesn't have to, for me, it's not about cricket, it's not about politics, not about business, all lives matter. As you've stated, it's about human beings, right? But I just want to have your take on what is happening on that front in humanity around the world when it comes to life mattering.
Yesterday evening, I was in Memphis. I was at the Martin Luther King Memorial, Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial, where in that hotel, Lorraine, where he was shot. Yeah. So, when you go into this museum, it's new to us, we know this. It's heart-rending just seeing those images. Not just about his death, but what he was fighting for, what was happening in the country. It tears you apart. It may be half a century ago or a century ago, but when you look at it, just the images are, and the statistics are unbelievable. 12.5 million African people were captured and brought as slaves. So when you look at these images, it's heart-rending. But if you invest in the wounds of the past, you will also become wounded. When you're wounded, when you're in pain, when you're in anger, when you're resentment, you cannot think straight, you will get poisoned. And with this poison, nobody else dies but you. Resentment, anger, hatred are poisons that you drink, but you expect somebody else to die. Life doesn't work like that. It kills you in so many ways. So the thing is, whether we want to invest in our dead fathers, it's not that we don't respect them, it's not that we did not value them, it's not that we have no regard for them, but still we cannot invest in the dead. We have to invest in the living and the next generation and the unborn child, we must invest in him and her. That's what is important. So bitterness is not going to help us. But at the same time, you cannot forget what's happened. There is no way to forget that. Everybody should remember, from both ends, everybody concerned must remember what we have done to other people as human beings. And for those it's happened also, they must remember not to grow in resentment and anger, but to ensure that such things don't happen to anybody else. Because I want you to understand, the people who did the most horrible things on this planet, when they were doing it, they thought they're doing the right thing.
Yes.
They thought they were doing the right thing. That is the worst part of humanity, that you can twist your intelligence whichever way you want, and you can do the most horrendous things to another human being and think you're doing the right thing. So this is the problem with belief systems, with philosophies, with ideologies, because they will twist your mind to believe this is the right thing that you're doing. Because many religions in the world clearly say that it is perfectly okay to take a slave.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes, the scriptures in the world say this. Not one, many.
Okay.
So, people have always been quoting that. This is all right, this is what is said in our book, this is what we do. But if you allowed your humanity to overflow, you knew that it's not good. If you just what you are doing to the other person, If you are giving him 100 lashes, if you just took one lash on your back, you would know this is not the thing to do, isn't it? If you put your child there and gave 10 lashes, you would know this is not the thing to do. But you, instead of awakening your humanity, everybody is busy cooking up belief systems, philosophies, ideologies. How much bloodshed has happened because we believe something, because we are adhered to an ideology or to a philosophy. How much has happened around the world? Some have been recorded, most has not been recorded, believe me. Recording has happened only in the last 150 years to some extent. Before that, people did all these things without any problems, and they did not feel bad about it because it was endorsed by their scripture or their philosophy or their ideology or whatever their morality they had. You don't need morality, you don't need ethics, you don't need anything. What you need is an overwhelming sense of humanity that all of us have. Have we locked it up inside or have we kept it active? That's all the question is.